was incredibly disappointing. The challenge, we have got to change our challenge rules, and the officials doing the game should have a third party, because that was not a foul.
After she gets the ball and kind of travels, then it looks like this Liberty player is going straight up with it.
Elena Smith is not touching her at all. She has two fingers that look like slightly tapping the ball. Her body isn't touching Breanna Stewart. Her arm isn't touching Breanna Stewart. There was clearly zero contact here.
Did you see that foul call in the WNBA finals? The one that made LeBron James lose his mind on Twitter? Well, guess what? It might be even worse than you thought. We're talking free throw numbers that'll make your head spin, and a coach who says the game was straight up stolen from them. But here's the real question. Is this just the tip of the iceberg for the WNBA's problems? Stick around, because we're diving deep into this mess. You know what's wild? LeBron James just called out the WNBA. Yeah, that LeBron.
Last night's WNBA finals game was absolutely rigged, and there is so much proof. What a terrible way to end this WNBA season. Breanna Stewart gets the ball here. She turns around and kind of just chucks it up to the basket. So this was called a foul. LeBron James tweeted, he said, "I'm sorry, but that wasn't a foul. Let the damn players dictate the outcome of a close, battled, tested game."
The King himself decided to weigh in on a crazy moment in the WNBA finals, and now everyone's talking about it. It's like he just dropped a bomb on social media, and the explosion's still going. Let's talk about what went down. It's the final seconds of the game, tension so thick you could cut it with a knife. The New York Liberty and the Minnesota Lynx are battling it out, and every possession counts. Breanna Stewart's got the ball for the Liberty. She's moving, she's turning, trying to create some space, and then, boom, whistle. Everyone's confused. Was that a foul? Was it a travel? The crowd's going nuts, players are looking around, and even the commentators are scratching their heads. The refs huddle up, review the play, and come back with their decision. Foul on Minnesota. But LeBron sees this, and he's not having it.
But when you challenge something and you challenge a play that basically has the power to change the outcome of arguably the most important game, but here is the reasoning as to why they didn't overturn this foul. So this is what the ref said.
Breanna Smith is not in a legal guarding position. Therefore, Stewart will be shooting 2 free throws, and Minnesota will be their timeout.
After seeing not only the travel that came before it, but then also the no contact when she went up with the ball, like, it's crazy.
He jumps on social media faster than you can say controversial call, and he doesn't mince words. LeBron tweets, "I'm sorry, but that wasn't a foul. Let the damn players dictate the outcome of a close, battled, tested game." Whoa. He's basically saying the refs messed up big time and robbed the players of deciding the game themselves. His tweet blows up. It's like throwing gas on a fire that's already burning. WNBA fans were already heated about the call, but now it's a full-on inferno. LeBron's got millions of followers, and when he speaks, people listen. Suddenly, it's not just WNBA fans talking. The whole basketball world's buzzing. You've got NBA stars jumping into the conversation left and right. Damian Lillard's not pulling any punches. He tweets, "The refs called this game like they knew the assignment in the second half boy great game." Ouch. That's like saying the refs had an agenda, and it wasn't about fair play. And it doesn't stop there. Isaiah Thomas chimes in with, "They low-key cheated for New York, but I get it, LOL." Double ouch. When you've got NBA players openly suggesting there might be some funny business going on, you know it's serious. And this isn't the first time LeBron's spoken up about the WNBA. He's used his massive platform before to support the league and its players, but this time, it's different. He's not just cheering from the sidelines. He's calling out what he sees as a major problem, right in the middle of the finals. And you know what? This is just the beginning of the drama. LeBron's tweet didn't just stir the pot, it blew the lid off. Now everyone's asking questions. Is this a one-time thing? Or is there a bigger issue with WNBA officiating? Are the refs feeling the pressure of the big stage? Or is something else going on? The thing is, LeBron's not just some random guy with an opinion. He's arguably the face of basketball.
That isn't called often, not in legal guarding position. And the funniest thing is that the commentators that were calling this game didn't even go into detail and talk about like what that actually means. So obviously the game went into overtime and the Liberty came out with the victory and they won their first championship ever in the history of Liberty basketball. Damian Lillard said, "The refs called this game like they knew the assignment in the second half, boy, great game." And then Isaiah Thomas tweeted, "They low-key cheated for New York, but I get it, LOL."
When he talks, it's like the whole sport listens. And right now, he's shining a spotlight on the WNBA that's brighter than ever before. This isn't just about one call in one game anymore. It's about the integrity of the sport. It's about fairness. It's about letting the players decide the outcome on the court, not the refs from the sideline. And with LeBron leading the charge, you can bet this conversation isn't going away anytime soon. So buckle up, basketball fans. This controversy's just getting started, and it might change the WNBA forever. The league's got some tough questions to answer, and the whole world's watching to see what happens next. Remember when traveling was simple? 1-2 steps and you're out? Well, forget everything you know. We're about to dive into a play so controversial, it's making the world's biggest basketball stars speak out. And trust me, once you see it, you'll never look at a basketball game the same way again. All right, let's break down this play. It's not just any play. It's the play that's got everyone from LeBron to your average fan losing their minds. Picture this. It's the final seconds of the game, tensions through the roof. Breanna Stewart's got the ball for the Liberty. The clock's ticking down and everyone's holding their breath. This is it, the moment that could decide the game. But wait a second, did you see that? Let's rewind and count those steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold up, is that even legal? That's right, folks. Stewart might have taken 4 steps without dribbling. In any pickup game across the country, that's a travel. No questions asked. But this isn't your average game. This is the WNBA Finals, and things are about to get wild. You'd think the refs would be all over this, right? A travel in the final seconds of a crucial game? That's the kind of thing they're supposed to catch. But nope, instead of calling the travel, they blow the whistle on Alana Smith of the Lynx. A foul? Really? It's like we're watching 2 different games here. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. The refs actually take a moment to review the play. Everyone's thinking, okay, they'll see the travel now, they'll make it right. But guess what? They stick with the foul call. It's like they're watching a completely different replay than the rest of us. So what's their excuse? Get this. The refs justify the call by saying Smith wasn't in a legal guarding position. Yeah, you heard that right. Legal guarding position. It's like they pulled this term out of thin air, and now everyone's scratching their heads. What does that even mean in this situation? Let's break it down. In basketball, a legal guarding position is supposed to determine whether a defender can contest a shot without getting called for a foul. But in this case, it's leaving more questions than answers. How can we talk about guarding position when the offensive player might have taken enough steps to walk halfway across the court? And it gets even wilder. Some analysts who've gone frame by frame say Stewart might have taken as many as 5 steps. 5. At this point, we're not just talking about basketball anymore. We're in full-on track and field territory. This isn't just about one bad call. It's about the integrity of the game. When refs start throwing around terms like legal guarding position to justify calls that don't make sense, it shakes the very foundation of the sport. Players don't know what they can and can't do. Fans are left confused and frustrated, and the game we all love starts to feel a little less fair. The fallout from this call is huge. Basketball analysts and former players are calling for clearer guidelines. They want solid rules on traveling and what exactly constitutes a legal guarding position. Because let's face it, if we can't agree on the basics, like how many steps a player can take, how can we trust any call in the game? This controversy is bigger than just one play or one game. It's forcing us to take a hard look at how basketball is officiated, especially in high-stakes situations. Are the rules too complex? Are refs feeling the pressure of the big stage? Or is there something else going on here that we're not seeing? One thing's for sure, this call has opened up a can of worms that the WNBA can't just ignore. The league's got some serious explaining to do, and fans are demanding answers, because at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. A fair game where the players, not the refs, decide the outcome. Fair game, huh? Well, get ready for this. Remember when your coach used to say, "The numbers don't lie"? In this case, they're screaming. We're talking a difference so big, it's got even the most die-hard fans questioning everything they thought they knew about the game. You think that controversial travel call was bad? Just wait till you hear about the free throws. This is where things really start to get wild. Let's dive into the stats, because they tell a story that's almost too crazy to believe. Picture this. The New York Liberty step up to the free throw line 25 times during the game. That's a lot of chances to rack up some easy points, right? Guess how many times the Minnesota Lynx got to shoot free throws? Go on, take a guess. 10? 15 maybe? Try 8. Yeah, you heard that right. Just 8 free throw attempts for the Lynx. The Liberty got more than 3 times as many chances at the line. It's like they were playing 2 different games out there. Now, you might be thinking, hold up, maybe the Lynx were just fouling a lot? Maybe they were playing super aggressive and giving away free throws left and right. But here's the kicker. That's not what happened at all. Players and fans are pointing out tons of moments throughout the game where the Lynx didn't get calls that should have gone their way. It's like the refs had different rule books for each team. You've got Lynx players getting knocked around with no whistle, while the Liberty are shooting free throws for what looks like normal basketball contact. But this isn't just about the points on the scoreboard. Sure, those free throws add up, but it's so much bigger than that. We're talking about the whole flow of the game here. Think about it. When one team's constantly at the line, it changes everything. First off, there's momentum. Every time the Lynx started to build some rhythm, boom, whistle, free throws for the Liberty. It's like trying to run a race when someone keeps hitting the pause button on you. Then there's foul trouble. When the calls are this lopsided, you've got Lynx players racking up fouls left and right. That means key players sitting on the bench, coaches having to juggle lineups, and everyone playing on eggshells because they're scared of that next whistle. And let's not forget about the mental game. When you're out there feeling like every call's going against you, it messes with your head. You start second-guessing every move, playing tentative instead of aggressive. That's not the kind of basketball anyone wants to see, especially not in the finals. Here's the real kicker. Basketball analysts are saying this kind of free throw disparity can completely flip a game's outcome. We're not talking about a little edge here. This could be the difference between winning and losing a championship. So now we're not just talking about one bad call anymore. We're looking at a whole game that feels off. It's like the entire contest was played on a tilted court with one team fighting uphill the whole way. The WNBA's got some serious explaining to do here, because when the numbers are this lopsided, it's hard to believe it's just a coincidence. Fans are demanding answers, and honestly, they deserve them. This is the finals we're talking about, the biggest stage in women's basketball. If we can't trust the officiating here, where can we trust it? One thing's for sure, this free throw disparity has opened up a whole new can of worms. It's not just about this one game anymore. It's about the integrity of the league, the fairness of the competition, and the future of the WNBA. Because if fans start losing faith in the fairness of the game, that's a problem bigger than any single call or stat line. Speaking of losing faith in the game, one WNBA coach decided she'd had enough. Cheryl Reeve, known for her calm demeanor, just threw that reputation out the window. Picture this: a coach so fired up she's practically daring the league to fine her. What could make a seasoned pro risk it all like that? Let me paint you a picture. The game's over, tensions are through the roof, and everyone's waiting to hear what Cheryl Reeve, the Minnesota Lynx head coach, has to say. Now, if you know Reeve, you know she's usually cool as a cucumber, but not this time. The moment she steps up to that mic, you can feel the electricity in the air. It's like watching a storm roll in, and boy, is it about to pour. Reeve doesn't just look disappointed. She looks like she's ready to flip tables. And when she starts talking, it's like watching a volcano erupt. She's not holding anything back, and she's got a lot to say about what went down on that court. Here's where it gets wild. Reeve drops a bomb that's got everyone's jaws on the floor. She straight up says, "This was stolen from us." Yeah, you heard that right. She's not hinting, she's not implying. She's calling it like she sees it, consequences be damned. But Reeve's not just mad about one call. She's taking aim at the whole system. The refs, she's calling them out. The challenge rules, she wants them changed. It's like she's taking a sledgehammer to the entire WNBA officiating structure. Listen to this. Reeve says, if you don't want to call it one way, then don't call it the other. Be consistent. Every team asks for that, right? She's not just asking for better refs. She's demanding fairness, consistency, a level playing field. It's the kind of speech that gets players fired up and fans nodding along at home. And get this, Reeve's not stopping there. She's got the challenge rules in her crosshairs too. We have got to change our challenge rules, she insists. It's like she's on a mission to overhaul the whole game. Now here's the kicker. Reeve knows exactly what she's doing. She's been in this league long enough to know that speaking out like this, it comes with a price tag. The WNBA's got a history of slapping fines on coaches who criticize the officials. We're talking thousands of dollars here. But you know what's crazy? Reeve doesn't seem to care. It's like she's saying, "Fine me, I dare you." She's putting her money where her mouth is, risking her wallet to speak her truth. That's how much this means to her. And let me tell you, this isn't just about one coach losing her cool. This is bigger. When someone like Cheryl Reeve, a respected figure in the league, goes off like this, people listen. Players, fans, other coaches, everyone's paying attention now. So here's where we're at. Reeve's thrown down the gauntlet, she's demanding change, calling for consistency, and she's not backing down. The ball's in the WNBA's court now. How are they going to respond? Are they going to brush this off, slap Reeve with a fine and move on? Or are they going to take a hard look at their officiating and challenge systems? One thing's for sure, this isn't going away. Reeve's outburst has sparked a fire, and it's spreading fast. The league's got some tough decisions to make, and the whole basketball world is watching. Whatever happens next, you can bet it's going to shape the future of the WNBA. The question is, will it be for better or for worse? All right, let's wrap this up. This whole mess isn't just about one game or one bad call. We're talking about the future of the WNBA here. Think about it. If fans and players start feeling like the games aren't fair, what's next? People might stop watching, players might lose motivation, and the league could be in serious trouble. The WNBA's at a crossroads now. They can either pretend nothing's wrong and hope it all blows over, or they can step up and make some real changes. We're talking about revamping those challenge rules, training refs better, maybe even bringing in some new blood to oversee things. Whatever they do, it's gotta be big. Because right now, the integrity of the whole league is on the line. The ball's in their court. What are they gonna do with it?